Hello, and welcome to the third video in the sort of build up to the Clash of Kings. And in this one, I'm joined by Yorkshire's very own Darren Parks, or Daz Parks as
Hello.
he's known.
Been known by a lot worse as well.
Yeah, I thought I'll start polite at least. Let's see if we can get
Yeah.
through one of these without some bad puns.
Yeah. There'll be no cop talk here.
Right, that's it. That's your one. Only Dan's allowed more than one. So Daz has joined us to go through his elf army that he's bringing along. Have you settled in the elf army?
Um, to be honest, I have not been playing much lately. I made this list quite a while ago, so I think it's probably what I'm going to be taking. I'm too lazy to change now, I think. But we'll see. There's some weaknesses in this list that I could do to fill in, but we'll see.
So first up, we're going with Archer Hoard.
We are indeed, obviously. That's elves' bread and butter, I think, in Kings of War.
Nimble.
No, we have piercing on the archers.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you had much use out of this one? Have you sort of played around with this one much so far?
Well, the archers, I think they're pretty much in just about every elf list. Um, yeah, I've used them quite a lot. They're solid.
Well,
You'll see quite a theme to this list. To be honest, it's not pretty.
well, why the piercing over the nimble? Normally, whenever
Um,
I've played anyone with sort of big hordes of shooty stuff, they almost always go with the nimble.
yeah, I mean, it's just the nimble items expensive, and I've got 10 drops, which includes 3 war machines already.
Hmm.
So to fit nimble in, I'd rather have nimble on a chariot horde, to be honest.
Mm.
But it's just getting those points. It's difficult with elves.
Nope. And then next up, Spear Horde.
Yeah, these are the latest addition to the Lordy Commission army, I guess. Um, these guys I'm running with +1 to hit ranged, backed up by Wizard with Bane Chant, so hopefully both hordes of shooters are piercing 1 if I need it.
Okay.
Yeah, these are pretty good actually. I've been impressed with these on. I played some games on Universal Battle,
Hmm.
and these have been pretty good.
So these just normal spearmen.
These are Sea Guard, or what?
Alright, so they've got bows as well.
They've got bows, yeah.
Ah, oh, right,
Yeah, that's why
okay.
they've got +1 ranged.
Yeah, well, I was wondering when you said that. I was like, hang on. Okay,
Yeah.
so right, okay, so that's two shooting hordes already, right? I think I'm now starting to see what you mean by a theme here.
Yeah.
So next up, the ubiquitous dragons. I'm guessing horde of.
These are Dracons.
Hmm.
Gave these +1 speed. Reason for that is more to deter sort of enemy charges because I'm going to struggle with things like individuals.
Hmm.
And if I can use the extra 2 inch to prevent an individual going into one of my hordes, then that's job done as far as I'm concerned. As long as they're alive at the end of the game, that'll do me. They don't
So,
need to be killing everything, really.
so they got 22-inch move then in
Yeah,
charge range.
they have 22 inch.
That's
Um,
quite nasty. It's good for sort of keeping the other flyers at bay. Require
yeah,
quite careful movement though.
yeah, that's it. I mean, because of the meta at the minute, which is, I think, a lot of shooting, we're seeing sort of counter lists like Dan's, as you did on your video,
Hmm.
which are all fast moving, or we're seeing lots of individuals, those sort of things. So if you're running a gun line, you sort of need these deterrents to flyers and individuals. So that's what they're for, really. They are also a good hammer unit as well.
Yeah, pretty damn solid.
Yeah,
Ah, now this was an interesting one. Chariot horde.
yeah. This probably the weak link in the list. Chariot Horde with Pathfinder.
Hmm.
They've also got bows, so they shoot. So that's 3 shooting hordes.
Right.
Yeah, I just wanted to use these because they look good, to be honest. Um,
Yeah, I'm building a herd army just now, and I've got the chariot horde in, and it's the exact same logic. It's just I'd painted a couple up, and I like the look of them and want to use them.
yeah, yeah, they look amazing. It's just they're so expensive for their nerve level.
They are a bit
It's
underwhelming in the whole. You get the bows, but they don't really hit particularly hard in combat.
no, no, you're probably better off going with the second Hoard of bows if you wanted to go full on gun line, I think.
Yeah, but
But
they're quite a striking unit.
they're all right, yeah, yeah, they look beautiful. So I wanted to get them in there,
Hmm.
but they are probably the weak link in the list, I think.
At least no one can accuse you of spamming.
Well, yeah,
And by certain definitions of spamming anyway.
yeah. So
And talking of spamming,
yeah, there's only three because I can only take three, obviously.
uh
Yeah, three bolt throwers, pretty standard, I think, in elf lists. I'm going to have a problem with these. I'm hoping there's not going to be that much terrain because shooting lanes, I struggle with shooting lanes with these because all elven shooting is 24-inch. I've got to move them forwards,
ah,
and sometimes it'll block the bolt throwers off. So you've got to deploy pretty well with these, I think, just so you're not blocking the shooting lanes off. But they're pretty solid. I love them with elite. They're just so good.
yeah. I think the terrain is possibly the biggest question hanging over this tournament right now. No one's really sure how it's going to go.
Yeah, we don't know much about this tournament, to be honest.
No, it's a bit under that way. I'm hoping for personally for quite hefty chunks of terrain,
Yeah,
but I've got a sneaking suspicion it may be a bit in the light in the ground.
I hope so. They'll probably change it after they've seen my list. So
I hope so. Yeah, man, take note. Fill those tables with line of sight blocking terrain. And so characters. So we've got a Lord of the Dragons, a couple of wizards.
we have indeed. We've got a Defense 6 Dragon Lord. We have a Mage on foot with Bane Chant and Inspiring Talisman. And we have a Mage on foot with, I forgot the item, but it gives him extra lightning bolts. So he's got lightning bolt 7.
Wooch. Right. Okay.
So that's pretty good. He's my chaff killer.
Hmm.
Um,
So you only gone with two inspiring in the army?
yeah, this is
Bit risky that.
it's one of my many weaknesses, I think. Lack of lack of inspiring, no chaff whatsoever. I mean, I've been looking through other lists to try and ally some chaff in,
Hmm.
but all the good chaff is like troop choices. So, like, I've got to start adding regiments
Yeah.
to get these troop choices, and I could just take the is it Silver Breeze Cavalry for elves in the end,
Hmm.
but they're quite expensive as well.
Yeah. The elves don't really do chaff in a big way. I think
No,
it's never been the thing in any game system really.
no, no, it's not. I mean, we had Great Eagles in Warhammer, but that was about it. They were pretty good.
So looking at your army, you've got quite a few drops, but you've only got really 4 or 5 solid units if you include the dragon.
Yeah, it's not it's not great list. I think I wrote this before the new scenarios came out. Actually, I've got to finish basing those Seaguard off. I think I played some games on Universal Battle. I won my first 3, but they were against orcs, so they don't really count. And then I lost the last 2 to double one rolls. So
Oh, it sounds like it's not that bad. Let's have to admit, looking at it, it's small. I am running a small army already, but that one's a small. You've got quite a small frontage in the whole, so you can probably get away with the 2 inspiring. Okay.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's all high nerve apart from the Chariots, so probably the inspiring mage is going to have to hang around the Chariots.
Hmm.
The rest is pretty high nerve anyway. The problem I'm going to have is looking at some of the players who are probably going to be up there. It's probably the worst list I could probably take. Like, I mean, if you look at Dan's list, it's full of chaff and high speed units.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, we've got Alan Thompson, who's going to be running undead with. I'm sure he'll have 1 or 2 vampires on horses, which, I mean, individuals are going to be a nightmare for me. I've got nothing to deal with them. I've seen Josh Fletcher's filthy undead ogre list. That's horrific for me. Your list it doesn't look great for me either.
I have to admit, I'd fancy my chances on the whole. I think
Yeah,
I've got
you
enough
would.
fast stuff you would be able to shoot it all off before it got across the table.
That's the problem, yeah. With no chaff because normally I just shoot half of it off and chaff up the rest and then shoot the other half.
Yeah.
Can't do it with this list.
You do have like between the dragon, the chariots, and the dragons, you've got some nice hammers there as well. I'm
Oh yeah,
assuming the
yeah, for
sea
sure.
guard can probably hold their own in combat.
Yeah, they're fine. 25 attacks hitting on fours with elites, pretty good.
Yeah, and enchant them up, they'll
Can always
pump
beat,
out
yeah,
some damage.
yeah, yeah. I mean, the chariot's quite fast anyway. Speed 8. The dragon's obviously speed 11, and the dragon speed 10. So I've got my own speed as well. It's not like everybody can just come straight at me, I don't think, but it's good. I'm going to have some issues, I think, with fast armies.
So what's the game plan deployment wise for this? Is it just pick a corner, or are
Do
you
you know
still?
what? It's going to pretty much depend entirely on terrain, I think.
Hmm.
I don't think you can really deploy and make a plan with a gun line without looking at a table. It's just, it only takes one big piece of impassable, and that's it. You spread out thin then. But yeah, it should be good.
So what? So well, other than I suppose the obvious, you're saying the particularly fast armies. Is there anything else you're kind of worried about facing? What about some of the other shooty lists out there? Do you fancy your chances against them?
Shooting list, yeah, I think I'll be okay because my hordes are quite high nerve. Like, I mean, I know Gary's been running 4 shooter hordes, which is horrific.
Hmm.
I'm not sure how it'll. I think that'll just come down to first turn, to be honest. But I worry more about like, I mean, they've got a high-ranking Night Stalker player, Paul Fox, coming along. I've not seen him playing, but heard he's pretty good. He's a pretty good player, and he takes the pretty standard awful Night Stalker list with the 3 brain things and loads of lightning bolts. That's pretty awful.
So
But I think
who do you think's who if you're a betting man, who would you bet in winning this year?
I mean, we've not seen a entrance list yet, so I'm not entirely sure who's even going, to be honest. But it's hard to overlook Dan, even though I don't know his list. I can't see his list winning, but it's Dan, isn't it? He's 4-time champion, as he keeps reminding us.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird one because you're looking at going, this is a year I think he's going to really struggle to win it. It's a big pool, and he's got a list that isn't as filthy as he could probably have.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, this is over the year. This year, the sort of player level has been increasing pretty much every month now. I think is where at the start of the year there was pretty much only Dan, and then the rest of us. Now I think, yeah, the player pool and the player quality of the pool, it's grown so much in the year that I think he might struggle. But it's Dan at the end of the day. He's a 4-time champion.
Yeah, well, let's not stroke his ego anymore already. He's been mentioned like every one of these we've done. He's kind of
Oh,
like the elephant in the room whenever everyone starts talking about Kings of War.
I trust me, I want to smash him off the table so much.
It is
He's
incredibly
he's done me 3
satisfying.
times. He's done me 3 times, and ugh,
That
hates me.
that was 3 times he'd beat me in the past out of the tournaments. That was the 4th time lucky. You just got
I'd
to
like
grudge him, take him at a run. It confuses him completely.
I'd like to see a list of the foreign entrants, to be honest, because the foreigners always smash us up, don't they? Let's be honest.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
always
quite curious because I know there's that large group coming up from Portsmouth, and well, that's basically France for
yeah,
all
that's true.
effective purposes. But yeah, there's going to be an interesting, I think, clash of metas because most of us we all play in the north,
Yeah,
and we've kind of at the end of the day, every region developed its own little meta, and you see similar armies and the same people,
yeah.
and it's going to be really interesting to sort of run into folk from like even just the south of this country, let alone bringing folk in from abroad.
Well, yeah. I mean, I know we've got people from Spain coming and Norway, but like you say, I'm interested to see their list because of the meta differences between the countries.
Hmm.
But unfortunately, we're not having no lists online
Submitting
or
the day.
players.
That's part of the problem. I think everyone's still tempted to change them. I've banned
Yeah.
myself from tweaking my list anymore.
Yeah, well, I think your list's pretty solid actually from your video.
I'm feeling quite good about it. I'm not
Yeah,
lying. I think I'm feeling pretty good. As I said in the video, when I did your tournament, the first one I'd done in second edition Element Kings, the list wasn't quite there as well as me. And then the last one I did at Alti, the list was good. I wasn't.
Yeah. He
And
said
so I'm hoping it'll all come together nicely. I say that, we'll see. My goal's to finish like in the top third. That's what I'm kind of aiming for personally.
yeah. Whereabouts are you rankings wise?
Oh no way! I'm down about 40 if you tick the Masters button.
Oh,
I've
all
only
right.
two kind of mid-table finishes at small tournaments registered on it.
Right now, yeah. I mean,
So
I've not played in a tournament since July, I think, or June.
nah.
I'm so rusty, but I've been knocked down out of the rankings at the minute, so I really need to come in the top 15-ish.
Go for that Masters place. Yeah, it's going to be quite interesting because the Masters places are going to be hard fought over. I
Yeah,
suspect because most folk are looking at it, and if when that Clash of King drops, a lot of people drop down. So with the new Clash of Kings going on, because with 80 players, it's going to really, if you finish high, it's going to give you a massive boost.
yeah, 100 points for the winner, obviously.
Yeah,
Um, but it's not everyone's looking at it saying, "Oh, it's 100 points," but it's not really. It's not, most people in the Masters have got tournaments of 40 points, so it'll replace one of those. So it's only like 60 points, really.
still a big chunk. It's in the end of the day,
It
most
is.
of the tournaments are about 20 odd people.
Yeah.
So this is
Uh,
a massive sway. It's jumping your cut, especially like some me, because I've only got two under my belt. Any remotely decent finish at this would give me a massive boost up the
yeah.
rankings.
I mean, is it 174 points you need to get in the top 16? Um, yeah, I mean, I'm hoping we're seeing more 2 days next year. I'd like to run a 2 day next year at Element Games. Um,
I'm actually surprisingly quite. I was always very much a 2 day lover. I didn't like when I played Warhammer the 1 day tournaments, but I'm really enjoying the 1 dayers and this because you get 4 games in,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that does make a difference. You feel like you've actually kind of been pushed. Whereas, I'd quite happily do it a 2 dayer. I'd quite like it if it was like 4-2 games almost, so you could get away early in the Sunday. Because
Would you not like the 4 and 3 games,
I think that'd be pushing it. I
seven
think
days?
especially when you've got the normal tournament sizes, 5 games normally in a 40-man tournament, 5 games, the Swiss system's working fine by the last game.
Yeah,
So, 6 games, yeah, you can do 6 games. I think, 5, 6 games is enough.
yeah.
I'm curious, I'm doing I can't remember the one that's up in Leeds, the 12,000 point one with 30 minutes on the clock.
Oh, yeah. The one that Nick Williams is running.
Yeah, that I'm not really played around with the list too much because I'm trying to stay focused in Clash of Kings. But 30
Yeah,
minutes is going to be a challenge, even if it's less point. You're losing 800 points.
yeah. I suppose 1,200 points. I'm sure we can make some nice filth in that one.
Yeah, I've got some ideas. I've got some ideas. I'm waiting to see. I've got some. I'm thinking of going quite crazy with that one. Come up with some pretty. I've been playing around with some pretty daft ideas with the undead, so we'll see a bit
Mm.
closer to time what kind of gels with me.
Yeah,
Um, hmm?
I'm just saying, what sort of points do you prefer these days?
I like the 2000. I like more points the better. I'd
Yeah,
quite be interested to play the even bigger games, about 500. But I find Kings of War 2000 does work quite nicely. I do find it's just enough to push. I'd like to maybe try like 2500, but in the same time limit.
yeah.
That'd be interesting 'cause I don't struggle for time so much.
No, I'm with you. I don't need a clock. I'm fast as hell, but I know some people do.
No,
But
I enjoy the clocks. I do actually enjoy the clock aspect. It's another little psychological tool to use in your opponent.
I like it as well. I like Nick Williams' change though more than just losing 20-0. The dice down if you run out of time.
See, after I personally liked the loss. I thought that was just it was very definitive and very sort
But,
of if you run out of time, you run out of time.
but how do you score a loss? Let's say we both scored 1,000 points, and I run out of time. Would you give me the total? Would I lose 20-0?
Yeah, it's like chess.
The,
If you time out, you lose.
the issue with it though in the Swiss is 20 points is a huge swing.
I'm very much of the sort of opinion of it's like, well, you screwed up by getting timed out, and it kind of really gives the chess clocks real kind of
Yeah,
grunt.
I get what you're saying. I just think it affects too many other people in the event. You know,
Is
when
it, yeah,
some,
but is it any different when you have those games where your opponent just throws in the towel and gives you the 20-0?
I don't like to accept those results anyway. I think it's
Yeah,
a
no,
bit.
I generally always believe in just giving your opponent the game and fighting on, but it's happened to me a couple of times in Warhammer where my opponent's just given up.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. I'm not right. 20-0 I'll take if I could get to some
Yeah,
way, but
fair
it is
enough.
a bit like, yeah,
Yeah,
it's more now when they do it in the first couple of turns. But I think it's going to be a good tournament on the whole. I'm looking forward to a bit of social life in between because that is the one thing you don't get with the 1 dayers is the sort of social aspect you get with the 2 dayers.
yeah. I'm having an issue really with running 4 games in a 1 day.
Hmm.
It's like you lose that time between rounds to build up the social aspect
Hmm.
because it's so rush, rush, rush. So I don't know what I might just have to make my 1 days quite, just to make them a bit longer or something. But we'll see.
I'll just take 5 minutes off the clock.
I have people crying at me already.
Yeah, I
I
thought
can't take any more time off.
50 minutes for 2,000 points. I think is more than fair.
Yeah, well, that's what I used. I think I tried 45 at the one before, and we had 3 clock outs. That's the only time I've had clock outs is 45 minutes.
That tells me that 45 minutes is the right number. 50's too long.
Okay.
That's just my opinion anyway.
Are
Anyway,
you,
come.
sorry, I was just going to say, are you staying down in
Well,
Sutton on
I
the
live not
Saturday?
far away, but yeah, I have the joy of sleeping on the floor of Dan and Jessie's hotel room.
Oh, fantastic.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to get very drunk to fall asleep there, I suspect, because I'm pretty sure Dan is going to snore the place down.
You can snuggle up in his bosom.
That is an image I did not need. Thank you. Well, thanks very much for joining us. It's been very good. It's been nice to sort of see a slightly different list again, a proper gun line that we keep
Yeah,
hearing about and we've been talking about a lot earlier.
we've seen through your videos, we've seen for like 4 types of lists, so that's pretty good. It's a good
Yeah.
start to the tournament.
Yeah, it's a nice mix at least. So, yeah, hopefully, again, like I said, the others will catch up with you after the tournament and see how you get on.
Yeah, unless I've killed myself,
I'm sure it
lost the
won't
Dan
be
again.
that bad.
Yeah, I'm coming for Dan.
Don't worry,
I
you'll
need
get him
you.
one day and it'll be all the sweeter.
It better be. I want it to be at Clash.
Ideally, you want it Clash Game 5 final table,
Yeah,
top
that would be
table.
amazing. I mean, to be fair, Dan's a bit washed up now, isn't he? He's lost 2 tournaments in a row.
I know.
I, I don't want to beat him when he's washed up.
You want to beat him when he was in his prime.
I want him when he's best. That's enough Dan talk. Let's just
Yeah,
go.
let's just leave that ego. Right, thanks very much, Daz. And
No
thanks all for
problem.
listening. Hope you enjoyed
See
it.
you, buddy. See you
Catch up with
later.
y'all later. Bye.